Eagles fans, it's very interesting, it's very curious how this season has unfolded so far. This team seemingly flying under the radar when it comes to the chances of them being back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Instead, people would rather focus on the offense. People would rather focus on A.J. Brown. Nobody is speaking about this top 5 defense. Top 2 in the league, tied with the Denver Broncos, only allowing 8 touchdowns total. Top 10 in the league when it comes to yards allowed. Top 3 in the league when it comes to completion percentage against. Instead of talking about the defense that are shutting teams down, people are focusing on A.J. Brown and the offense that clearly does need some improvement. You talk about the Los Angeles Rams, Matt Stafford. Is he going to get an MVP? Is he going to get his second Super Bowl ring? The Detroit Lions, Jared Goff, Dan Campbell doing an amazing job. Meanwhile, Nick Sirianni is weathering the storm that has been brewing in Philadelphia. Nick Sirianni, when it comes to getting the temperature of players, leading a locker room, being somebody that can let cooler heads prevail at the end, weathering a storm. Nick Sirianni, these past few years, has done a terrific job of doing that with the Philadelphia Eagles. It was only last year that A.J. Brown was reading books on the sideline. It was only last year that people were coming after Kellen Moore. It was only last year. But you know what? Here we are again, 2025-2026 season, Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 7-2, and there is another storm brewing that Nick Sirianni has managed to tell his locker room, tell his guys, block out the noise, let's focus on the next game. Block out the noise, let's focus on the next game. And that noise is coming from, it's coming from Philly sports radio, let's be honest. It's coming from ESPN, let's be honest. First Take, let's be honest. Let's hear what Colin Cowherd had to say about this A.J. Brown situation. We got Colin Cowherd and we got Cam Newton. Up first, we got the herd. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Everybody's finally coming over to my side on the A.J. Brown Philadelphia Eagles story. So I never said he was a bad guy, and I never said he wasn't a great player. He's both. He's a bad fit in Philly. And I said last year, after the Super Bowl, trade him. I said at the trade deadline, trade him. They didn't. And now he's got all the leverage. What are they going to do? Every time you put a mic in front of him, he's speaking out. Here's A.J. Brown's latest diatribe on the Philadelphia Eagles offense.
At what point are we going to pick up our slack as an offense that we're so great? You know, and that's what I'm getting at. It's not about we're not winning or I don't care about winning. All I care about is stat. No, it's been week after week sometimes. We're not contributing. We're not doing our job on offense. So you can't just keep slapping the Band-Aid over that and you expect to win late in the year and you think you're going to go to it at the end of the year. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, and last year what it was, thank you for the ring, but it's a new season. They adapted. We have to adapt.
So now, he knows he's got all the leverage. Right before the trade deadline, you don't want to get shipped off to Jacksonville. Or after the Super Bowl, it's like, oh, Eagles have a lot of time in the front office. I better watch out. Now, Philly's trapped. And there's only 2 things that take a Super Bowl roster out of Super Bowls. Number 1, cluster injuries. Your whole offensive line gets hurt like the Chargers. Or drama. And this is drama. And the Eagles now are doing the worst thing you can do. They're forcing the ball to him. They're trying to appease him, like that last throw.
He only had 3 targets. He only had 3 targets last game, Colin. How are we forcing the ball to continue?
Down the field against the Packers. They're now just trying to appease him. That's the worst thing you can do. So the Eagles are averaging 24 points and a measly 300 yards of offense. In the one game A.J. Brown didn't play, they scored 38 points and had 430 yards. So this is not terribly complicated. And over the last 5 games, yesterday J-Mac said, well, who do you throw to? Well, over the last 5 games, the 3rd leading receiver in the NFL is Devontae Smith. I'm not saying Devontae's better than A.J. Brown, but he's a better fit. So they have a number 1 receiver. They have a great back, a good O-line, a good quarterback, but it's the old, pizza at a Mexican restaurant. I'm not saying the pizza's not great, and it's kind of weird that it's on the menu, but You can be a great player, you can be a great guy, and it can just be a weird fit. And now that you didn't trade him, he has all the leverage. And Philadelphia is probably the best sports talk radio market in the country in terms of driving narratives, driving fan opinion, getting people fired. So this is just, I mean, this is a pinata for the aggressive Philadelphia media to bat around. And I like him a lot. I think A.J. Brown, I don't think he's a problem. I think he's a great player. But I've said if you're a Hall of Fame player and you already got your money and you've already got your ring, A.J. Brown now wants production. He's an all-time talent. He wants all-time production. He's got the money. He's got the ring. He's got the legacy. He wants production.
What do you guys think? Does A.J. Brown have all the leverage? I'm not sure. I think once playoff time hits, because the Eagles are cemented to have a playoff spot. I mean, the NFC East, if you look around the NFC East, the records are absolutely atrocious. So I think the playoff spot's going to be cemented. And then once the playoffs come through, some of the, well, you would hope, some of the slacking off on routes here or there, some of the, just going through the motions here and there, you'd hope that all goes to the wayside because another Lombardi trophy is going to be on the table. But again, Nick Sirianni he's done this before. He did this last year with AJ. This isn't anything new. This isn't a first-time head coach. This isn't somebody who the guys don't respect. This isn't somebody who doesn't know how to control a locker room. So the fact that it is Nick Sirianni at the helm should give Eagles fans some type of, at least we got a guy that can deal with this and understands how to block out the noise. And Sirianni, to his credit, every time there's a microphone in front of him, he says he says the right thing every single time when it comes to AJ Brown. I don't care what he says on social media. I don't care what he says on Twitch. I don't care what he says before games, after. All I care about is what I see in practice. All I care about is what I see on the field. And Nick Sirianni says, on the field and in practice, the guy that says things off the field, I don't see that. And as long as I keep not seeing that, we're all good over here. Now we got Cam Newton over here talking about the Philadelphia Eagles being a walking time bomb. Let's hear it.
Do you think there is an issue with Philadelphia and the Eagles?
I have a lot of issues with this. First and foremost, the fact that nobody played me in Madden and was on my stream, that's what I have the first issue with because I'm really like that, with that. Secondly, the Philadelphia Eagles is a walking, ticking time bomb of dysfunction. It's all in their resume. It's all in the thing that they've been trying to do. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. The Philadelphia Eagles have been masking, putting mascara, makeup, Beijing, sorry, Jaylen Brown, but they've been Jaylen Browning themselves so much because they've been winning, finding ways to win, and I get it. But when you start to see remarks like this, encrypted tweets like that, book reading on the sideline, Nick Sirianni last year checking the fan, going into the stands and doing certain things, and even calling off the dogs when you have a record-breaking or record-setting running back.
The crazy thing is, Nick Sirianni did do that. For some weird reason, I feel like, I don't want to say it's allowed in Philadelphia, but that embraces the city to a certain extent, does it not? Does it not?
A lot of things that are raising flags of okay, we're able to cover this up because we are winning.
Right, it's in
so
Miami.
Now when you have a person to speak truth, I do not have an issue with my receiver saying that because he is 100% right. The defense has been carrying the Philadelphia Eagles. But when you have the firepower and the arsenal that the Philadelphia Eagles have, and as a person who wants to make an impact, not a blocking impact, not a run down the middle of the field to just to be a dummy. No, I know what I'm capable of. And he's just setting the record straight and telling everybody what should be the expectations each and every week.
Cam Newton. Mr. I won't die for a loose ball in the Super Bowl. Gotta love it. Hell of a quarterback, though. All-time great college quarterback. Hell of a NFL quarterback as well. I think Cam maybe, again, he answered his question in his soliloquy. He gave the reason why it's not as impactful on this team as it would be on another team, given his soliloquy. This is a team that's been through this before. Whether it is the book, whether it is Nick Sirianni, this first things first, things like this happen in all locker rooms, right? There's dissension within locker rooms all the time. There's disgruntled receivers in locker rooms all around the league. One, not all the wide receivers are going to be as vocal about it as A.J. Brown's been, let's be honest. But two, media don't care about those teams. Those teams don't win. I mean, you see winning teams all the time. When they win, you don't hear a peep from the locker room. But as soon as that team loses, oh, this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. This team outright is saying, well, this is going on and that's going on, and they're still going out and winning these games. If that doesn't show you the mental toughness that's within that group of 53 men, along with the coaching staff and the head coach, I'm not sure what will. But what this also does, let's be honest here, anytime this team loses, anytime this team has a bad game, this just opens to the floodgates and say, this is the reason why. It's the A.J. Brown, the Jalen Hurts, the A.J. Brown, the Kevin Patullo, that whole entire dynamic with Nick Sirianni. That's the reason why this team is losing games, and they will win games despite of that. They're in a lose-lose situation unless they go out and win the Super Bowl. And that should be everybody's ultimate goal. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Peace.